Good evening, Entropians. Julian McBain here, and we are back on Monria and spelunking. Just got back from Calypso. Did some, had to do a supply run. I was out of weapon. Or almost out of weapon. And frankly, it's far more expensive to transport weapons to Monria from Calypso than it is to just fly to Calypso. Although it took me a lot longer than I expected. Like, the flight itself isn't long. It's not like the flight from Cyrene or especially from Arcadia, but, or even worse, Toulon. But, at the same time, it was a goodly flight, and some glitch issues. We're still dealing with some issues from the 16.1 upgrade, but nothing huge. So we are going to see just how far we can get into this cave. Oh, that was a pretty good drop right off. Almost 4 ped. I'll take it. Is that an opening? That's interesting. I did figure out how to get to the other 2 craters on Monria. I will do kind of a, for lack of a better term, an expose on it, to show, you know, how we get to the other craters, where the teleporters are that get you there, spoiler alert. But it's not something I'm going to do tonight. That's going to be its own video. Tonight I'm going to see if I can't find, I know it's something like 3 or 4 teleporters in this cave. And so my goal for tonight is to try and locate those. Oh, what happened? Oh, cool, I sold something. Okay. Yeah, I put up some auctions while I was on Calypso too. I walked in, I'm like, oh, I've got like a whole bunch of shit in my storage here. Maybe I should sell some of that, make some cash. So anyway, yeah, my goal is to, and you know, I never went and got the Yogg Daily. There is a Yogg Daily here, and I should have grabbed it, because this would be like the perfect place to complete it. And here I am killing Yoggs and not getting the daily bonus. That kind of bites, actually. That's okay. But yeah, anyway, the goal for tonight is to try to delve deep enough into the cave to reach the next teleporter and find out what's on the other side. It looks like the mobs, for obvious reasons, get tougher as you go. I don't know if there's a boss like in this area here. Something kind of tells me there might be. And if not, hey, Team Monria, get on that. But I have the feeling that we're going to see some cool stuff as we get deeper in the cave. And I am going to take a moment and, where are they? There they are. Pop a pill. A skill pill. Ooh. Something I forgot to do. I didn't pick up an LR10. That's okay. Honestly, considering what I normally hunt with rifles on this planet, I should probably pick up a an LLC-4, although they're pretty rare. Because that would be the, or a BLP weapon of the same stature, because that would be the appropriate amount. Something that does like 15 damage per shot. Okay, I can't do the being up in the face thing anymore. These guys do hit hard enough. I need to find myself some plates. I think that's the big thing. I never invested in plates, and that I think was probably a mistake. Maybe next time I have a good infusion to dump into the game, I will do that. I got one, you know, I put a little bit of my taxes in, but I don't, you know, I'm very judicious with the amount of depot I do. And I think it's important, if you play this game on the regular and you're going to depot, being judicious with your depot I think is very important. And especially if you are married or have a significant other with intermingled funds, you know, I'm not here giving relationship advice or anything, but for the love of God, if you have a significant other, and especially if you intermingle funds, don't put in more than you think you can afford. And check with her or him. For me, it's a her. It's just one of those things, you know. I mean, besides, you know, respect for your significant other, which I hope everyone would have, it also prevents question marks of, you know, why did you dump $300 into Entropia Universe? I was buying needs. It makes a return on investment. I think George Carlin said it best. Always be loyal and faithful to the provider of thy nookie. That's about as dirty as you'll ever hear me on this channel. Sorry, I've been drinking. Can you tell? It's been a while since I've been... I mean, I don't get sloshed and get onto a video, but it's been a while since I've been more than a glass in. Oh, we got seen. I'm going to try to avoid the majority of the herd here. Or, I don't know, what would you call a group of spiders? Because they're not insects, strictly speaking. They have 8 appendages. I know spiders have 8 legs and then 2, like, leg fang thing. Arms, I guess, would be the best word for it. But the closest thing I would really attribute these to an actual species would be spiders. Even though they have 6 legs. Just like insects in WoW have 4 legs, which makes absolutely no sense. I would probably classify these as spiders, just from the 2 body segments morphology standpoint. Because, believe it or not all arachnids have 8 legs. I know, that's what you wanted with some fun facts. But no, it's true. Mites are arachnids. And extremely tiny. But mites can have as few as 2 legs. Almost all of them are microscopic or microbial. But they are classified as arachnids. And of course, we all know the other 2 arachnid species. They're the things that haunt our nightmares. Or, you know, eat the bugs in your room. Spiders, which are probably the most important of them, and ticks, which are, frankly, I wouldn't care if ticks suddenly vanished and we had to find a critical other species for something to eat. Because, frankly, fuck ticks. Ticks suck. That was a pretty good drop. A 9-ped? I'll take it. I am kind of worried about running low on ammo, though. I didn't come down here with more than, I think it was 150 ped worth of ammo. We're fighting some pretty hefty stuff. Ouch. There, bitch. 2 in a row. Oh, shit. Let's see if I can't draw him off. Oh, he's talking to me. Wait, what? Oh, hell. I've apparently found a wave event in the cave. That's not what I was aiming for. Okay, we're gonna pull this guy back a little bit. Oh, Christ. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna be hilarious, but it's gonna hurt. Evade. Come on. Okay, good. So it's a small wave event area. So it's this area here, but I can't see what the wave creatures are. What the hell was that? Is there someone else down here? Oh, there is someone else down here. This might be where I do the Yogg daily from now on. I'm getting a lot of good skills here. The loot's pretty decent too. I'm not terribly fond of how fast I'm going through our ammo. This might be a better area for like the 25, the LB25. Yeah, don't care about the wave. I wonder if that whole Yogg thing is the wave event area. That's entirely possible. Look how open this is. Oh, it's open to the sky. Of course, that puts me underwater camera-wise. I love how they can do that. There's no shield up there. How are we breathing? My assumption was that the shield was an air shield. But apparently not, or there is some limited atmosphere to be had in the crevices of this moon, for lack of a better term. It looks like I can see the Yoggs up here. They're low level Yoggs though. Yogg Delver, Dredger. These are more Yoggs of my level base. It's like there's a second cave back there. Let's explore this. Like, I know I'm in this more to find the different teleporters along the way. But I mean, what's the fun if we don't explore, you know? I do wish I had picked up that damn daily now, though. I'm like, I'm killing Yoggs. I could have gotten all this credit. Yeah, we're like heading into the ground. Okay, tell you what, we're gonna kind of mark this in our memory, which I've been drinking, so don't, you know, don't judge me. Don't fault me if I forget about this. But remind me in a comment or something so I remember to come back and explore it. We're going to continue down the regular cave path and see where that goes, because I'm really right now into trying to kind of get sorted through the cave itself. But I'm really interested in seeing where that leads. Even if it leads into another portion of the cave, that doesn't matter. That's fine. It would be really cool to see what's down there. But for the time being, we have a mapped out route I would like to follow. So that's what we're going to do. I want to know where the hell Nea's place is. Because that's what, I mean, it would just showed up on my global. If you, go ahead and back this up a little bit, you'll find it in my globals feed. And I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Nea because that's how you pronounce it. I have an ex-girlfriend, the only one I get along with, really, who was named Nea. Then that's how it was pronounced. Look at all this. This is very well done. I would love to know who put all this together. That looks like a bridge. I wonder if you can get up there. Maybe that's one of the side paths? Who knows? All kinds of stuff to explore down here. even though, you know, my feet are sinking into the rock. That's definitely an issue with the world geometry. That's the one thing. Once you've kind of tinkered with level design and collision, dealing with wireframes, that's all you know, when something goes wrong and that's all you see. It's like as soon as something like that happens, it's almost as if the wireframe overlays itself over the graphical image. And you're like, oh, I see, the wireframe is offset by X amount, and on top of that, the collision is off, and it's kind of interspersed, and all of that garbage. And it almost kills the magic, but at the same time, it makes the magic even more important because, let's face it, it's a video game. We do a lot of suspension of disbelief. And I really enjoy the fact that we can do that. Like, when I'm playing EU, I am in EU. I have a hard time separating myself, especially if I'm not doing a recording. And even when something like that happens, it's not that much different with the way I interact with the world. Because, you know, the for lack of a better term, when there's a glitch in the matrix and you look in, you try to find out what happened to make something odd occur. Hey, look at that. We found the teleporter. Apparently there's another wave. I'm confused. Screw it, we're gonna keep going. Whole place is sodding empty. What do we have here? Oh, level 9 cultists. That's another daily. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe in my next video, if we get through this whole cave tonight, which I doubt. Maybe we can look at looking at the other craters in the next video. I know I want to. I'm going to do this. This vid is important. But I think I'm going to do like a series of other craters. Maybe I'll do like one hunt in each crater. I mean, they're not overly spectacular from a construction standpoint, but they're all important. And, you know, Monria doesn't have a huge varied group of mobs in it, but it's got probably the best community I've seen so far. And everyone I've talked to says the community here is awesome. And I don't mind simple as long as simple is well executed. Which, frankly, on Monria, simple is really, really, really well executed. I would encourage anyone to come here. And if you're a trader, bring some weapons and put them up on the auction. For crying out loud. Like, or a crafter. If you're a crafter, please, for the love of God, put some weapons on Arcadia's auction house. I'm sure there are players here who would purchase them. Because I am impressed. Like, I've been to Cyrene, and I love Cyrene. I really do. And I've been to Toulon, which is gorgeous, but has no one there. I've been to Arcadia, which has a good base of players. But if I had to compare Monria to another planet, it would be Arcadia. Per capita, per unit kilometer, square kilometer, it probably has the same population density of per usable play space. Keeping in mind that Monria is pretty limited to 3 craters and a cave, all in all, it's in pretty good... Whoa. I'm surprised you didn't attack me. All in all, it's actually in really good shape. But, the fact of the matter is Monria is tiny in playable space, especially when compared to other planets. I mean, its overall geography is probably the size of Toulon, but its play space is limited to crater, 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 cave, and some hidden areas. Despite that, or maybe because of it, it's got a high population density. And from what I can see and what I can tell, it's a very mature population, even by Entropia universe standards. Because, I mean, Entropia universe itself has a pretty high it's a pretty high standard for maturity. So, it's not a bad thing. Come on. Thank you. I am being attacked. This is one thing though, because all of the mobs have a daily associated with them, even if you know you're not going to finish the daily, this is like a life lesson for me. I'm going to make sure I always have, if I haven't finished the daily for the day, I am always going to have a daily activated for each mob. Are you kidding me? You know what? Didn't I kill you like just a few seconds ago? You just don't get it. There. Oh. I'm actually kind of surprised that the number of mobs in this area are so low. Not complaining, but compared to like the first chamber and this chamber thing here that kind of looks like a colon, yeah, I went there. The mob density here is very, very low. And we're about to open up to another chamber, which kind of concerns me. Please tell me this isn't going to end up being 3-on-1. It's going to end up being 3-on-1. Okay, so I need to murder this guy expeditiously. Because, you know, I don't mind, I don't mind admitting that this is basically homicide. No, I don't want to hit target. God damn it. Kill him. Tab targeting. I have never had good luck with tab targeting. If you don't believe me, look at some of my old WoW videos. And I don't know that I've produced a video in the current expansion, but I did a lot in Legion. No. I did some in Legion. I did a lot in Warlords of Draenor. And Warlords of Draenor was really my favorite expansion pack. Unpopular opinion. But you can at least see my opinion on video game murder, specifically video game murder, because I don't hold the same opinions about real murder. And the reason I kind of make those jokes is because I played a Death Knight. And when you play a necromantic character, whether it's a Death Knight or a necromancer in Guild Wars or what have you, you tend to have a rather morbid sense of humor. It doesn't mean that that's the way that you really want things to be, but there you have it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the psychoanalysts to show up at my doorstep. The funny thing is I listen to a lot of psychology lectures through YouTube. You know, development and trauma and things like that. And so I'm sure that especially the psychoanalysts would just have a field day with my sense of humor in regards to death and things of the ilk. I guess it's appropriate. You know, when I have to admit, there was a time early in my Entropian life, which, okay, I've only been playing for a year and not quite a half. But earlier in my Entropian life, where I thought I would not enjoy Monria because of the shut-offs. And honestly, so far, I'm kind of thinking it might be my favorite place, and I've only been here for not even a week, I think. No, it's been about a week. Paint cans. You know, I have never tried using paint. And I really need to find some black paint, because I kind of want to color my coat. But I've never had the chutzpah to spend the money on black paint. I have no freaking clue what mob drops it, because I'm the kind of guy that would just go out there and farm the stuff. No, because I'm... In this game, you can't even say that I'm cheap, because farming it is far more costly per unit than it is just buying it off someone. But I guess the short answer is, if I'm going to have something, I want to earn it. And I still do that. I don't know. I'm the type of person to go out there and freaking grind something. Which is good, because I play Entropia Universe, and that's what Entropia Universe is kind of all about, is the grind. And for someone with my personality, which, if you had met me 10 years ago, you never would have believed that I was someone who would enjoy the grind. I never would have believed that I was someone who would enjoy the grind. I would be like, oh my fucking god, I'm so bored. But I don't know, man. There's something about this game that is truly addictive, I guess would be the best term for it. And it has nothing to do with the fact that it's a real cash economy. Maybe it's the more mature player base. Maybe it's the fact that it's kind of a more obscure game. You know, we don't have Baron's chat in Entropia Universe, although space travel chat can come close sometimes, you know? I'm sure all the pirates are up there going, fuck you. Oh. Level 24. That could get interesting. I might have met my match here, because I really don't have any plates. We're just going to kind of travel around this way. I do want to explore this chamber more. But for now, if there's kind of a mob-free area, we're going to go that way. Get the, whoops. Logged into Final Fantasy again this past weekend, and my fingers are kind of trying to figure out the controls for each game and separate them and all that wonderful jazz. Wow, this is just kind of a wall, and there's another land bridge. There's got to be something up there, and that would be the way to get there, wouldn't it? Huh. If there is a way up there, I will find it, but it won't be tonight. Tonight I'm simply after the next teleporter, which at this point, if I get killed, we're not going to find. We'll find it the next time. I am not in any super rush to over-explore Monria. So far, I'm having a blast. Gonna be here a while. Kind of hoping to accidentally run into an instance or something. And by accidentally, I mean accidentally on purpose. Okay, looks like we've got some mandatory combat here. Let's do this shit. We're gonna die. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. He has quite a bit of health, though. His damage also varies greatly when he does hit me, which he hits me more often than a lot of mobs. Although partly that's because he's a dodge mob. When he does hit, it's pretty hard. I'm hoping this is helping our health stat. Evade, evade. There we go. Slice his face off. Yeah, and see, it's obvious I don't have the necessary looter skill for them because I'm not getting the loot I need. I went through a lot of ped for that and I got 2 ped back. That ain't the amount. I did avoid a huge part of this chamber though by taking this extra path. Holy buckets. Oh, we got caught. We know we can take him. We're gonna try to make for the path after this. Oh shit. We're gonna die. Yup, there we go. Okay, we're going to teleport to the nearest revive. I don't know if it's gonna teleport us forward or back. Holy shit, it teleported us forward. Okay. That wasn't exactly how I wanted to get this teleporter. Look at this. Level 27 shubs. We haven't even looked at these. Hang on, I've got a scope on my rifle here. Look at these things. They are ugly. They actually kind of look like they belong in Skyrim, to be honest. So we're going to teleport our sorry asses back to base. And by base, I mean anywhere but here. DSEC forensics. That's interesting. We're going to have to check that out when I'm a bit higher level. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. I am trying to get 100 subscribers before the end of April. I would really appreciate any support you could give. You know, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing year. We're in our last quarter as of April 1st. For my first year being an actual streamer. Not a streamer, but a tuber. You know, I don't count the WoW videos I did before because that was just for the guild. This is for all of you. I really appreciate all the support. Make sure you check out my website at www.mcbainmanor.com for my blog, some EU fiction, and of course my book, Ghosts of the Past. And please make sure you can also check out my Twitter. And then, of course, you also have my sponsor, who is Critical Links, and her link is down in the description as well. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate the support. I've been drinking. You all have a wonderful night.